Hello everybody and welcome. Today we will be looking at our pre-last analysis of this month. I've been watching quite a few of these, trying to learn a new archetype, for me at least, is the aggro archetype. I've been actually enjoying it quite a bit. It's fast, it's easy to learn, hard to master, which is the way I like it. It's also very simple. Like, whenever you make a mistake, it is oftentimes pretty clear where the mistake is. It's all about squeezing that a little bit of extra damage and sequencing in a way to do the most damage to your opponent. I quite enjoy it. And this one looks like we're playing against an Azorius Flyers deck. I wouldn't call this a first-rate deck, but it is definitely a fun deck to play against. If I had the time and cared a little less about improvement, I'll probably play fun decks like these, but this is one of the sacrifices you have to make to get better faster, I think. Just playing fun decks doesn't mean you won't be getting better, of course. But regardless, let's see, we are on our turn 3. Our opponent has 2 Fairy Miscreants. Oh, and now they're all +1/+1. They all just got bigger. Now let's analyze the potential avenues for mistakes here. Thus far I haven't seen anything, it was just first few turns. Let's see. What could be improved here? Now, I would say the hand that I kept was questionable. 2 champions, those 5-drop vampires are always a big question mark. Was that a good hand to keep? I would say so. You know what? I would keep it again. Was this the best move here? You know what? I think this was the best move, because with this I will be doing more than 4 damage, allowing my Knights of Ebon Legion, becoming bigger. Why do I keep calling this thing Ebon Hold? I wonder. Regardless, our opponent is dropping a little bit. So, 10 health versus 14. Alright, let our phone finally resumed. Okay. Let's play the Eagle. Looks like he has simply out-aggroed me. Impressive. Especially considering how long he has waited. So, 10 damage. Can I do that 10 damage? Absolutely not. Fortunately, since this is a best of 3, better hand is not going to serve him well. Now, is this a good sideboard against? Now, as you can see, I'm straight up copied one of the existing decks, because I have never seriously played an aggro deck, and I would like to use this black and white vampire to understand the aggro archetype and which cards are good against what. The way you play mid-range, control, and aggro, and the way they're sideboarded is drastically different from what I've noticed. Alright, we finally have started. Alright. So far, so good. A A very nice curve. You know, watching these and knowing that I've played it actually creates a very bizarre dissonance. Is this really the best move to make here? 5, difficult for him to make that much damage. At this I'll be able to swing safely without losing any card advantage. Now, I already know the Flyers deck, so Noxious Grasp might seem like a bit of a questionable card here, but I disagree. Because his buffers, Empyrean Eagle, and this other spirit one, no, not the spirit, his buffing creature and the most dangerous ones are white. That angel that enables this deck is white, so Noxious Grasp will allow me to remove that. As expected, you're getting attacked on the... Now, was that really the best move here? Ah, I see. Okay, the best move here will be to swing, bluff the Ebon Legion. Now my opponent can swing for 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe I should have played the Planeswalker Gideon. No. Because without it, I would not be able to beef up my Knight of Ebon Legion, which would result in actually less value than otherwise. My opponent is at, how much is that? 7 health. So we're approaching the end game. Okay, just as expected, we have that big angel on the field. Nothing to fret. That's why we've got Noxious Grasp. What to do first? Okay. Okay, swing first. The reason for that is, if he blocks, which he will, like an idiot, well, this card would die anyway, so nothing lost. Now, here I actually have made a mistake. The Imperial Eagle over there, I should have removed it in the previous turn, because now he is able to sacrifice one of his Storm Tamers for to counter that spell, which could throw my could throw a wrench in my plans. Which is a rare scenario, but something that needs to be thought of. Alright, let's see if we go for lethal. Few chump blocks. Actually, yeah, maybe I should have played that Gideon. Good question. I might have been able to flip that, that Legion's Landing, so always a questionable thing. I think the sideboard looks good. Yeah, Gideon kind of did not do very well there. Where would Gideon even work well? I would say a Dex with a lot of removal, like creature removal. Yeah, let's keep that. Because he's able to add indestructible and he has a very good value. 4/4 for 3. Also, you know, indestructible as a creature, so that's always good. So I think this was a mistake, the not understanding how the Gideon works, and just because I did not get to use him did not mean he, you know, wasn't useful in that matchup. Actually, now that I think about it, I really should have played Gideon there, because +1/+1 on that would not have helped as much as having Gideon on the board. So yeah, that is definitely one of the things you see after you have reviewed your games. So the value from buffing it up is questionable at best. But swinging while bluffing is also a pretty good one. Like, I would have used it had he blocked it because it would have given me a card advantage. Okay, let's take a look. Our 1-drops go down. He's having a very nice curve over here, but so am I. That's a nice blocker you have here. It would be a shame if something became bigger. Okay, right now we're 17 on 17. Okay, very good. I honestly don't see the point of that card, since I don't think there are many spirits in that deck. Choices, choices, choices. Well, it is a 2/4, so he would be able to block it, but not with this. I know I'll not be able to block anyway, so even if he did make the bad decision to block the big one, the small will still be able to get through. Got his blockers. Wow. Third one. Well, currently we are winning the race, so we are not in a, in danger of anything crazy, so we don't really need Soren. But the buff from that, from the Legion Lieutenant, can definitely do some good work. As right now, what I'm predicting is he's gonna double block one of the Legion Lieutenants. And that's one of the things I enjoy the most in aggro decks is you have a removal spell, he blocks with 2, you kill one of the blockers, and that way all of his plans are ruined, you gain card advantage. And he has negate, which is okay. Looks like no card advantage for me. Still, he's at 4 life. So, was that a mistake? No, I could not predict that. Regardless, my opponent concedes, and we gain victory. Well, thanks for joining me. This was a great learning experience, and hopefully next time you will be seeing me at Mythic before the end of the season.